What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at a bunch of news coming around for the One Piece TCG, and this is news that is pretty gosh darn cool. Sound like a plan? Excellent. So let's move on and have a little bit of a look at a new figure, which is coming for the One Piece TCG, and I do mean TCG. This is not just a regular One Piece figure, it's a TCG figure. Let's have a look at Yamato. There is a Yamato figure which is coming, and it is being made available in, I believe, Weekly Shonen Jump. I think it's Weekly Shonen Jump. And it is a figure which comes with an alternate art of an existing Yamato leader, but also an actual figure on which you display the card. So when you go in and play games of One Piece, you've literally got like an actual figure there holding the card going up against, which is absurd. Absolutely absurd, but also absolutely brilliant. And of course, here in terms of the Yamato leader, we are of course talking about the one from OP06, which I thought was amazing. I thought it was going to be a great leader, and it has not worked out, frankly. It really has not. It's got double attack and activate main once per turn. If your opponent's got 3 or fewer life cards, give up to 2 rested Don to one of your characters. So you get an extra 2k bump somewhere every turn while also having double attack on your leader. I thought this was going to be really good. Hasn't been. Really hasn't been. But hey ho. So we got 3 different artworks now of the leader. And of course, we've now got this figure to go along with it, which is kind of weird, but kind of awesome. But wait! That's not all. We've also got a jewelry Bonnie in the exact same kind of deal, which is awesome. Now, if you have a little bit of a look, it's week 35, which is bringing Bonnie, and 36, 37, which is bringing Yamato. So, same magazine, but different issues thereof. And we've got the same kind of thing. We've got basically a new art of the leader, and then they've represented that art as a figure, which also works as a stand for the card. So the figure here very much is the new artwork. Although, I've got to be honest with you, right? The artwork they've gone for the new leader is basically the artwork from the character in OP07. I cannot be the only one that thinks that's a little bit weird. It's not exactly the same, but it's very, very similar. I'm talking about the alternate art of the character in OP07. This is, of course, the Bonnie leader from OP07, the mono green that on your opponent's attack once per turn you can pay 1 to rest one of your opponent's character cards. So basically, if they attack with one character, you can make sure the next one doesn't attack, which is clearly a very, very nice thing. And it is a leader in the OP07 metagame, which is making some waves. Like, I'm not saying it's the best deck, but if we go to limitlesstcg.com right now, it is the 3rd best deck. Very, 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 very slightly behind Enel. Quite a bit behind Lucci, if we're honest. Lucci is clearly the best deck right now, but it's only a little bit behind Enel. It's quite a bit behind Lucci, but it's only a little bit behind Enel. And it's a very good deck. It's a viable deck. It's one that a lot of people like playing. And I think this is... It's weird, right? Because on the one hand, Yamato is a more popular character. We've seen enough to know that in the One Piece TCG. Like I showed you the other day, the Gold Don, and which ones were going to be more popular, more valuable. And amongst all characters, Yamato was top 5, bearing in mind it's not even a leader that's good. Like, the Yamato leader isn't good. I want it to be good. I hoped it was going to be good. Wasn't that good. So if you're going by which is the better leader, Bonnie should be the one that everybody wants here, but I think it may well end up being that Yamato is the more popular of them, just purely because it's Yamato, which seems weird, but there we are. Now, at this stage, some of you are going to be going, wassy, 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 wassy. Is this the first time we've seen these? Nah, mate. We had Zoro and Luffy a bit of a while ago at this point, actually, but we did have Zoro and Luffy figures, and they were, again, alternate arts, where we also had this character figure that you would essentially use to represent it. It's kind of awesome, honestly. The Zoro I really, really like. The Luffy, a little bit less, but that doesn't mean it's not incredibly cool. It is the Luffy, which was, I believe, the starter deck Luffy. Although they didn't even go really alternate art with that one. But here's what's really important. They did the Luffy and Zoro a while ago. Like, it's a starter deck Luffy and the OPO1 Zoro, right? It's been a long time since we had those leaders. And these are the first ones since. So it was absolutely fair to go, well, hang on a second. We had those two leaders right at the beginning. They must have done those figures and gone, you know what, we're cool now. The fact that we now have a leader from OPO6 and a leader from OPO7 means that someone at Bandai's gone, maybe we should go back to this. And I think this means we're getting more of these in the future. Can I be sure? No! Obviously I can't be sure. But maybe, ladies and gentlemen, maybe. Either way, I'm a little excited. And, I mean, I keep telling you how much I love Premium Booster 01 Sanji. Maybe we get one of those as a little figure? Make it a bit more available? Get that figure? Could be fun. I don't think we're going to, but a man can dream, ladies and gentlemen. A man can dream. What else has been revealed over the past couple of days? Well, we've got ourselves new set of official sleeves. Which, I mean, look, maybe you're interested in these, maybe you don't really care. That doesn't really matter. What does matter is that they're available. And I'm telling you right now, this is a good set of sleeves. Now, it's really weird to me trying to figure out what they're doing with these sleeves. Because take the Luffy, for instance. New Luffy, pixel art, not the first pixel art sleeves we've got. I frankly hope we get a bunch more of them. So, it's new Luffy art, it's pixel art, it's brilliant, it looks lovely, and I go, yes, this is awesome. We look at the Nami, and it's just a new picture of what looks to be fairly early East Blue era straw hats. It's kind of chilling on the boat in the sun, having fun. That looks lovely. We've got a very stylized Gecko Moria, which, I mean, to be fair, Gecko Moria is seeing a lot of love and play in the TCG, since OPO6 is when Gecko Moria really started to come into its own. So, yeah, that seems kind of cool. And then we get the Yamato, and we go, oh, that's nice. And then it starts looking a little bit familiar, and you have a think for a minute, and you're like, mate, that's the alternate art of Yamato. That's literally the alternate art Yamato that came around in Premium Booster 01. And then you go, well, that's weird. What? Why? It's the alternate art of the OPO4 Yamato, if anybody's wondering. That's the one we're going for here. But it's weird, right? There's so many alternate arts in Premium Booster 01, and they've gone for this random Yamato alternate art, when there's a billion others they could have gone for, but they've just gone for this, and then they've gone for new artwork for the other three, and I don't really understand it. It doesn't really make any sense to me. I understand why they've gone for random pixel art Luffy. I understand why they've gone for the cool different styles on the other two. I don't understand why they've gone, of the 4 new styles of sleeves, one of them we're going to use one of the arts from Premium Booster 01, but only one of the 4 and the other 3 are going to be standard. I don't get it. Oh, they're coming out on the 31st of August in Japan, by the way. It makes no real sense to me. I don't really get it. But, yeah, we're getting those. But that's not all we're getting. There's also a second lot of sleeves. A pair of sleeves which are going to be available in the official store. Also coming around on the 31st of August. Why have they differentiated these? I'm not entirely sure. But we've got a really lovely set of Animal Kingdom pirate sleeves of Kaido front and center. But it's kind of a little bit like a Where's Wally puzzle. If you keep looking, you'll just see more and more Animal Kingdom pirates as you go. And then you've got Nefertari Vivi with, I'm assuming, Nami sleeves? Sorry if I'm wrong about that. I think that's who it is. Sorry if I'm being dumb. So, if you're a fan of One Piece, which you probably are if you're watching this, honestly, and you're looking for some new sleeves to pick up, I've got wonderful, wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a bunch of different options. So, yay! And there we go. I've told you about the figures, I've told you about the sleeves, I've told you what you need to know. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this. Tell me if you want those figures, and tell me which leader you most want to be getting a figure of if we end up ever getting them over here. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.